So you probably have been noticing that Google has been making a lot of changes to their Google search, from being able to search using a camera all the way to getting those AI overviews that you see in the results. Now, this is what they call their AI mode, and they've released this to all the different regions across the world since last month. Now, I've been playing around with it, and I do find it to be much more useful than their typical Google search. And in this video, I'll explain the differences between Google AI mode and Google search versus Google Gemini as well. So if you like videos like this, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to this channel if you want to continue plugging yourself into AI for greater productivity and creativity. So when you come to google.com, you'll notice the typical standard Google search, but instead at the top, at the right here, you do see this little toggle called AI mode. Now, if you were to click that, you'll be taken to what looks like almost a hybrid of Google search and Gemini. You do get suggestions. You can also upload an image, and this is super convenient if you do have Google search on your phone, because you can take a snapshot directly from your phone. But the main difference between AI mode and google.com is that with google.com, is just going to give you a bunch of links which you then need to dig into yourself to find the answers, while Google's AI mode will actually give you these answers. So let's take an example of getting some research done. I got this existing prompt here, and I type in search the web, Reddit, and reputable news sources to identify the 5 most discussed stories from the past 7 days related to generative AI. Now, I'm treating this as if it's Gemini, because ultimately one thing you need to know is AI mode is powered by Gemini. So I want to speak to it in the same way that I would speak to Gemini. So if I were to press enter, now it's going to kick off a search. It looked through almost 80 sites, and then it gave me the top 5 stories for generative AI. Now, if I were to plug the exact same thing into Google search, it's going to just give me a bunch of links that I need to click into, and then I need to search for this myself. And most people wouldn't use Google search in this way, where they would put a long query. Google search is often shorter queries. So let's see if it makes sense to just shorten this out. And I say 5 most discussed stories from the past 7 days related to generative AI. Now, it might have improved the results in the sense that I get an AI overview now. And if I show more, it's going to give me a key summary of what were the top stories, but it doesn't actually tell me which were the top stories. Unlike AI mode, which actually tells me the specific story, a TLDR on what each story was about. And from here, I can already know, oh, okay, this is a pretty interesting story that I can pull from. Because what Google AI mode is doing is actually taking your specific prompt or query and then trying to give you the answers. While Google search, you need to essentially find the answers yourself. You might have the convenience of AI overview, but AI overview is just giving you an overview of what you're asking for. And with AI mode, I can then ask it additional questions, follow-up questions in relation to the results. So which story had to do with image generation? If I press that, now it'll kick off, I'll look through, and it'll tell me, oh, there was a story about Alibaba's investment in AI video startup AI Sphere. And so I can continue my search journey through conversation. And this makes research as well as search far faster versus if I were to try to dig through all of the links myself. And you can do the same for even shopping, because Google AI mode, think about it as a hybrid of the LLM experience where you can prompt things, but it's linked to Google search. So let's start a new conversation here. And I can type in something like search for running sneakers for someone that has flat feet and has a shoe size of 10. So if I were to press enter here, what it's going to do is search through multiple different websites and try to find the best all-around shoe that is fit for someone who has a shoe size of a 10 and has flat feet. And it'll give you those recommendations directly. And it'll also give me the actual products, which if I were to click into, now on the right, I get a little panel that allows me to view different reviews, what people are saying about this specific shoe, and I can even go into the website if I want to dig deeper. So you see here, very convenient. Now, if I were to do the same thing here on Google search, I would maybe get an AI overview of what I'm looking for, but once again, get the links, which I don't then need to do the research myself. So Google search isn't really customized for prompts like this. It's mainly just a way to see other links that exist out there, while AI mode, you can actually customize it specifically for you. The key distinguisher that I would say is Gemini, you can use it for other things. Canvas mode, which looks like this, where you can actually build out landing pages, apps, and so on Gemini itself. And then you also have the image generation and video generation, which you can do on Gemini itself. So think about Gemini as more of a multimodal experience of creation and generation, while Google AI mode is more used as a search feature with Gemini capabilities. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to this channel if you want to continue getting videos like this on the latest AI tips and tricks to boost your productivity and creativity.